Hello, my friends. I don't know who is online right now. Well, my name is Peris. Let's start there. And I'm in Canada right now. It's cold. As you can see, it's very cold. I'm in my basement, as a matter of fact. But where do I start? If you're online, please join me. But I just wanted to just get this out of me. Every year, come out of the year, Christmas, for the last, I believe, 5 months, I always do end of the year message to all my clients, those who come to my clinic, Timeless Medical Spa in Kenya, Nairobi, and to my followers, those who love and follow me on my YouTube channel, Peris Mbuthia TV on YouTube, those who follow me on TikTok, Peris Mbuthia TV TikTok, which I started earlier this year, those who follow me on Instagram, those who follow me on Facebook, which I've been for a while now. I've been in Facebook for a minute. And you know what? I always feel like I need to do end of the year message just to encourage you, to inspire you, and even to just connect with you. But today I come with my heart very heavy. Instead of giving you maybe an inspiring message or end of the year message, I decided to recap my year 2022. How has my year been? 2022 for me, guys. Where do I start? That will be my message today. Recap of 2022, where I am today, what have happened throughout the 2022, and my hope for 2023. And hopefully, when you listen to this message, I hope I'm going to be able to do this video without crying. So help me God. And I hope I'm going to be authentic me. That's why you see me today. This is me. This is my natural hair. I did not wear no wig. I just decided to come to you as me, Peris Mbuthia. That's how I've decided to come to you. Very authentic and very real. But I'm gonna pray God will give me grace to help me go through this. And when you wake up, those who are in Kenya, because I know most of my clients, most of my friends, most of my followers are from Kenya, I hope you will listen to this message, to this video to the end. I'm going to try and save it and also share it hopefully in my YouTube channel so you can see it there one of these fine days. But let's start how my 2022 started. Now, it's a reflection. 2022 for me started well at the beginning. After we've been locked down for a while, for once we were allowed to now mingle without mask and stuff. And so earlier in 2022, it was my husband's birthday in March. So we were able to travel outside Canada to Dominican to go celebrate his birthday. It was awesome. We had such a good time there. And since we haven't been able to do something like that for a while, it was very refreshing. So little did I know that after we come back from Dominican, life will start throwing curveball one after another. I didn't know how to dodge this ball because they were coming faster than I could dodge them. So I started by hearing, when I called my dad, he was getting a little bit confused to a point that I thought he was joking. He didn't know whether it was me calling or it's my sister. But I didn't take anything of it. I was like, Daddy maybe is having a lot in his mind. So, but it continued like that. And he started getting sick. And we started thinking, okay, maybe it's old age. I don't know. Maybe Daddy's getting old now. That's what's happening. Like I said, I hope I'm going to finish this video without crying. But anyway, as that was happening, I also started having issues of my own, health issues, that I could not understand what was happening. Mind you, right now, I'm only 48, going to 49 next year, May. Now, again, I'm getting old, so I figured, okay, maybe time to go for my ERE, exam a little bit early. Let me just go. I normally schedule it end of the year, but this time was allowed, maybe I'd say about just April, May there, just about my birthday when I turned 48. I thought, okay, maybe I need to go for a checkup and just find out what's going on with me. And as fate would have it, I was then told that I have high blood pressure, which was hereditary because everything of mine was good. All the tests done, the blood work, everything was perfect. But apparently because my mom has always had blood pressure issue, it is hereditary. Nothing I can do about it. Well, as if that wasn't enough, they also told me, according to what we've seen, you could also be on early perimenopause. For women who are listening and men who know what that means, you realize that comes with its own side effect. Well, at this time, I realized, now I know, I was seeing all this red flag because I was having these throbbing headaches, migraine that I could not, no matter what I did, they wouldn't go away until I lie down. And there's a time my legs would just get swollen out of nothing. And I'll be like, what's happening? Then there's a time I was moody and I would cry for nothing. I would get emotional for nothing and nobody has upset me. And so I was like, what's going on? And so when they started doing this test, then all these things came up. And now I realize, okay, so this is what's happening and I have to deal with this. I have to be on medication for blood pressure. I have to start managing this perimenopause through vitamin, through X. For those who know me, those who are true friends to me, then they notice that I had changed a little bit. I lost a little bit of weight. I became a little bit distant. I kept to myself a lot. For my client, they actually stopped seeing me at Timeless Medical Spa as often as they would love to see me. Why? Now I'm giving you an answer. Let's start there. Why? I couldn't start for a long time without my leg getting swollen. My blood pressure was there on the roof. And no matter how much calm I tried to be, I took medication, I exercised, it wasn't going down. So therefore, I decided I'm going to just step back, let my nurses and my therapists do their thing at Timeless Medical Spa, and I'll only go there when I'm needed or go for a few hours because I could not stay at work for long. That was one hardball. This year, 2022, allowed my birthday when I turned 48. As fate would have it, we were due to celebrate 7th year anniversary for Timeless Medical Spa that July. And so we planned and we went to Mombasa and had such a good time. When I went back to Nairobi, I was again due to travel to Canada because I always travel to come shop for work. And for those who know me, I live between Canada and Nairobi. And so I had to come to spend the summer with my husband and my children. Now, I'm a mother of two, for those who are maybe listening to this and just connecting with me for the first time today. So I came to Canada to enjoy summer. And so when I got to Canada, it was a beautiful summer. We had, very good time. As you know, in Canada, summertime is barbecue, it's what. But still, I wasn't well. I'm still trying to manage my blood pressure and everything else that was going on in my life. But at this time, Daddy was getting sick and he got admitted to hospital. And so, it was draining, as you know, when somebody is sick, both mentally, financially, emotionally, physically even, because for me, it was draining physically too because I wasn't well. And I didn't want to share all this with my family because, again, if you know me, I'm one of that person. You think you know me. Those who follow me online, they think my whole private life is online, but it's really not. You only see what I allow you to see. You only know what I allow you to know. But there's a lot about me you don't know. For those who know me, who are my friends, they know I keep to myself. I could be dying I could be in pain, but you won't know because I'm still smiling through pain. And why I choose to talk about this is because lately there's a lot of mental health thing going on. A lot of people killing themselves for no good reason, and people think it's no good reason, but because maybe they were, battling mental health that nobody knew about it, and sometimes we smile through pain. How you doing? I'm okay, but literally inside you're crying, you're not okay, but then you tell people you're okay because you dare not let them see your pain. That has been me 2022. Like I said, I hope I'll see this through without crying. So I was battling a lot of health issue for myself, a lot. I was going through a lot that month. And so I turned to my friends, those who are close to me. I would laugh a lot. I would joke a lot. I would talk a lot of garbage just to suppress the pain and just to have a good time and not think about what I was dealing with. Meanwhile, my father is sick and we are playing and hoping that he's gonna get better and go home, right? And now in August, that is when he was really now not well, and they said he needed a surgery, and that surgery was done. It was on his leg. I'm not gonna go into detail of what was wrong with him. There was a few things, and let's just say after that surgery, my dad was never the same again. I hadn't seen him because I was in Canada now. My dad is in Kenya. But my sisters and my brothers who would go see him, they would tell me that he doesn't even seem to recognize us. And, one day I called my dad, he wouldn't even know who it was. He didn't know it was me. He didn't recognize my voice. It was really heartbreaking. But anyway, in the middle of August, around that time, I started thinking maybe I need to buy a ticket to go home to Kenya and see my dad. And I discussed with my mom, and she said, I'm feeling the same. But this time my mom was in UK, and she said, I'm feeling the same, like I should go home. And so I said to Mom, but Dad is not going nowhere. We will celebrate Christmas together. And so, Mom, don't worry, plan yourself, because you plan to go home for Christmas. Perhaps you go home, but listen to your heart. If your heart tells you you go home now, you buy that ticket and you go home. I finished talking to my mom, and I had a conversation with my husband. And again, I told him my concern, and my husband was like, Peris, yeah, maybe we should buy that ticket and you need to go home. And then it's okay. We said, okay, we'll buy it next week. That next week came, and we had a family WhatsApp group, which we discuss our daddy, well-being, what's happening on a daily basis, what's, everything about him. And I was told, in that WhatsApp group, one of my brother put that my dad was now in ICU. And he's okay, he's talking. He's, he's there, but he's in ICU. I panicked. And I started praying God and telling God, don't let my dad die. I'm not ready to lose my father. So you gotta do whatever you have to do to let me get home and see my dad. I bought ticket. I tried to look for ticket to go that day. I wouldn't find ticket for that particular day. No plane had a ticket for me to leave that day. But Ethiopian airline had a ticket for me, which was very expensive because it's a last minute thing you're doing. But then they said, okay, you can leave. I think it was now a day after. Now, okay, I said, okay. So I purchased the ticket and everything is good. And I hadn't even told my mom because it was because of time difference. I was planning to tell her the following day that, Mom, supplies, I got my ticket, I'm gonna go see Dad. That particular night, after I bought my ticket and I'm supposed to leave now the following day, the day I was supposed to leave the following day morning, that particular night, I woke up at about, I think, 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I was going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I was distracted. I think it was about 3 a.m. Kenyan time, something. I don't know. That's during the day here. But I was distracted. I just wasn't myself. I was up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs, up and down. I got up. I meant to say, I'm going up and down, up and down, up and down. I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know what was happening. But then I just was like, okay, it's all going to be well. I went to bed and I said, again, I woke up at 3 a.m. still going up and down and feeling something is not right. But I'm like, Peris, you need to sleep because tomorrow you're traveling and it's a long, if you've ever traveled from Canada to Kenya, it's really long journey. It's a long journey. But anyway, my husband woke up and he was like, let me make you coffee. Maybe that will help you. I'm like, coffee will not help me. I'll just be awake. He's like, okay, try and sleep. How can I calm you down? I'm like, just pray. I just feel, like something is not right. Well, I didn't go back to sleep, but I lay down in bed because my husband was like, you need to just, even if you can't sleep, you need to lay down. So in the morning though, I want to hold my phone and to see what's happening, because normally, when you wake up in the morning, you play, and then most of us go to the phone to see messages, email for those who have business and all that. And so I couldn't touch my phone. I was checking inside me for some reason, going to hold my phone, I'm checking. And I tell my husband, please check, can you just check my mail, go straight to my WhatsApp and see what's happening in the family group there. And he looked at it and he gave me back the phone. I think he did not know what to do. And I knew it. Straight up, I knew something was wrong. So I got the phone and I looked, and my brother had left a message, voice text. So I put the voice text. In just listening the first few words, I took my iPhone and I threw it. And that's when I learned that my dad was no more. The morning I was going to travel to see him in Kenya, my world just felt like it has fallen apart. The darkness, the light inside me, it's like there's a bulb that just went dark. I cannot explain that pain. I cannot explain that pain. My husband did not know what to say or do. All he did is hold me, hug me, give me water, made me coffee. I couldn't drink it. And said, you have to go and shower and we have to go to the airport. You still need to leave. I don't know how I showered. I'll tell you, you should have seen me in the airport that day. I was a mess. And now because my husband could not travel with me, mind you, we didn't know Daddy was going to die. I was going to go see him in the hospital, so he didn't have a ticket. So I was to travel alone. To tell you the truth, how I survived that plane, that journey from Canada to Kenya, I don't know even today. But at some point, I know I cried so hard that I couldn't breathe. They had to take me at the back of the plane and calm me down, and but at some point I couldn't believe it was so hard. I wouldn't wish it to my worst enemy. But anyway, I traveled to Kenya. That's another hard ball. I was still struggling with my health issues. I've lost my father, and I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. When I think about it, even today, I'm still mourning my father. I mean, he only passed away end of August. I'll never forget that day. And I'm still mourning him. But Daddy continued lasting with the angels. But as if that wasn't enough, I go home and we organized the funeral, and we had a beautiful set-off for my father. My sibling and I were all there. My husband managed to come for the funeral. My friends were there for me. One way or another, we managed to see this through. But now here it's, oh God, please help me finish this. Please God, help me finish this video. Now, during that funeral, my dad's funeral, my sister, my younger sister, her husband was complaining about neck pain. And I remember after funeral, the day after, we as family, or maybe, the day after, I think, we met. And we had in a certain hotel in Ngugi, and we had such a good time just celebrating that in our own way privately, and just talking about, nothing and everything, just trying to calm each other down and just mourning together as a family. And my brother, who is married to my younger sister now, Ken, was saying, his neck is a little bit stiff, but he had to come for this funeral, and he's funny, he's kind, he's loving, he's everything combined in one. If you know him, you'd know what I'm talking about. And maybe few days after the funeral, he had to go back to Dubai. That's where he worked. So he went back to work. And my sister was left behind with their 2 children. They have a little girl who is not even, I think it's a year and a half, not even 2 yet. And they have a little boy who is not 10 yet. And so she was left behind with them while he went back to work in Dubai. And, as we continued mourning our dad, everybody in their own private way, we all went on with our life, because life has to go on, right? Everybody went back to what they do. And so Ken, after he went back to Dubai, his pain in his neck became too much that he couldn't even brush his teeth. And so he decided to go to India to do test, because he'd done that before. What I didn't tell you is that my brother, a couple of years back, he was diagnosed with liver cancer, but he beat that odds. He survived it, and he lived to give God glory and give people testimony that surely God heals, and healing is his children's bread. That's what the Bible says. So Ken decided, because that time I was treated in India, I'm going to go back to India to get checked, just to understand what's going on. So he went to India and he did test. And then he wrote to us. And then he told us, one way or another, one of us, he wrote this one told this, and eventually he told us individually that his cancer had come back. And that's why he was having so much pain. It was another hard pull. We were mourning our dad. It wasn't even a few weeks after we buried our dad, and now he is our brother who is needing medical attention in India. The insurance told him they can't cover it because he's going to be having his treatment in India, and if he did it in Dubai, it was going to be very expensive. So we advised him to seek the treatment he needed in India. So he started the treatment he needed to do. And after a few weeks of treatment, he went back to Dubai. And he was given another appointment to go back after, I believe, it was 3 weeks. I believe it was 3 weeks to 4. So if I forget, I think it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Lord, give me strength. So, and he went back. We did what we had to do as a family, and he went back. He got the finances he needed and he went back and he got the treatment. And after treatment again, he went back from India to Dubai, and he was told to go back after 3 weeks. Instead of staying in a hospital, he would go to Dubai and go back. But this time, the pain became too much. He asked my sister to go back to Dubai, and my sister went to Dubai to be with him. And the pain became even more unbearable, and they decided to go back to India, both of them, before the scheduled time of his treatment follow-up. And when they went there, the test again showed that his cancer has spread more than they thought the first time. As I speak to you now, my friends, my brother is lying in ICU in India. He's battling cancer. My sister is slowly sinking into... She's stressed beyond what I think. She's slowly sinking into depression, but she's still smiling and acting strong for her 2 babies and for her husband. And I am the firstborn of my mother. I feel helpless because she's my younger sister, and I want to be there for her. I want to tell her everything is going to be fine. And we've prayed with her. We've encouraged her. My mom is a champion of all this. And when she had, I had, because I'm a first daughter. I am her firstborn, and I feel like now that dad is not there, like I should be her strength. And I should be my sibling's strength. I'm also battling my own issues with my health. And I'm also mourning my dad. And now my brother is battling cancer. He is in ICU. Friends, why I'm doing this video is because I only want one thing from you this Christmas. I want you to pray for Christmas miracle for me and my family. I want you to pray for my brother Ken, that he'll wake up before Christmas Day, that he'll get out of ICU, and that he can be able to talk to his children and his wife and wish them Merry Christmas. God, please. That is why I'm doing this video. This Christmas I don't want anything else. I'm just praying for my brother Ken to be well, for my sister to be given grace and strength to continue being strong for her husband, for my mother to get strength to continue being there for us, and to continue being strong, because the Bible says that he's the father of the fatherless. Now we don't have a father. He is our father, and we're going to see this through as a family. And 2023 will be a better year than 2022 was. I even cut my hair a month ago because I felt heavy, and I thought if I cut my hair, this heavy weight I feel on me, it's all over me, it's everywhere I go. I felt that I'm carrying so much in my heart, and I felt if I cut my hair, I'll feel light. But I only felt light for a few days, and the weight of the world came back. Friends, I know you see me online every day. I post a little smiling and happy every day. Why? Because life has to go on. That's how I cope with my pain. I smile. I'm a smiling girl. People call me smiling girl. Yes, I do. But I smile through the pain because I know my tomorrow will be better than today. And I know who holds me. And so, as we end the year, if I longed you for 2022 in any way or another, if I said something that upset you in one way or another, if I ignored you, if I never came to things you invited me, it's because I was going through a lot of pain. I was going through a lot of pain. I've had so much to carry, financially, emotionally, physically, you name it. So I have not shared this with much but my family. I think my only person who knows this outside my close family, my sibling, my mother, and all that, is my sister Shiro in UK. I shared this with her the other day, and I shared this with my mother-in-law, and I shared it with my brother-in-law, Maish. Besides my own family, my mother's and my sibling, we have not shared this with anybody else. We've been carrying this burden by ourselves. But it's too much. It's becoming too much. So I'm asking you to pray for us and to pray for Christmas miracle for our brother to get out of ICU. So we can even be both. He's not able to speak. He's not able to. He's actually in a bubble. You can't even. So I don't know what to do. I'm doing this video because I don't know what else to do. And I don't want to fake to be happy this Christmas. I'm not happy, and I'm trying to be happy, but I'm not. Until my brother is better, I cannot afford to lose another member of my family in this. I'm still mourning my dad. I don't know when I'll heal. People keep on telling me time heals, and I tell myself, yes, time heals. But at the moment, I'm not healed. I'm not okay, but I'm trying to be okay. I'm trying to be okay. So I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And all I ask is that you pray for my brother Ken. He's still in India, and like I said, he's in ICU. Pray for my sister Edith. She look at her two beautiful babies and cannot tell them that Daddy is struggling with cancer that has spread all over his body, his spinal cord, his liver and everything. And she doesn't know herself. She just feels helpless. She cannot help her husband. Nothing she can do. Just look at him and nothing she can do. We cannot all be in India to be there with Ken. We cannot be there to... So pray for my mom. She's also suffering. I'm not going to go into detail of this, but she's also not well. And so my family is going through hell. But we're going to come out of this. 2023 will be a very good year for us. I believe so. And for my friends, because there are very few, not many. Perhaps I've shared this with only maybe 2 friends who has encouraged me, who has made me smile by making funny jokes when I couldn't smile, who has given me a shoulder to lean on, who have held my hands, have cried with me. God bless you. I can never repay. I don't know how to pay you. How do you pay that? You cannot do it. But I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. Thank you for being there. Thank you for holding my hands. Thank you for smiling with me, laughing with me, crying with me, and even just being quiet when I needed you to be quiet. You know yourself, I don't have a lot of friends that I open up to. There are very few. And in between, maybe 2 friends that I call 2 friends, you know, very good friends that I share everything about with. They know themselves. Thank you for that. To my sisters and my brothers who have been there for me, prayers and everything. I'm praying for you, you are praying for me. Sometimes we cry together, sometimes we don't know what to say to each other, so we just don't say nothing. Know that I love you, and 2023 will be better. To my mom, I promise to be there for you. I know Daddy is not there anymore, but I will be there for you. And to my brother Ken, I pray that God will heal you and you can be able to see your children and pray with them. You are a good dad, you're a good brother, you're a good husband. And I pray that you're going to get better so you can pray with your children again. So guys, that is it from me. I'll continue making content. That's what I do. I'm a YouTuber. I do TikTok, I do Instagram, and I'm continuing to smile, and I'm going to laugh, and I'm going to make this world a better place because I don't know how long I got. But for the time I'm in this world, I'm going to leave my mark. And I'm going to live according to my purpose, what God brought me this world to do. So thank you for your support in Peris Mbuthia TV. Thank you for your support when you come to Timeless Medical Spa and do your treatment there. Thank you for your love. May God bless you. May God expand your boundaries. May you never lack. I love you. I think I'm going to end here. May God keep you. May God bless you. Merry Christmas.